Hello everyone, and welcome to Remains to be Seen, the D&D show where one group's past could determine the other group's future. I am your host and DM, Rover Elliott, and today I am here with...
Hello, my name's Alyssa Roldan. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm here, I guess. I don't know.
My name is Rick. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm ready to roll some dice.
My name's Zoe, I use she, they pronouns, and I am happy to be here.
I'm glad you guys are all ready and happy to be here. Welcome to the first ever episode of Remains to be Seen. Yay! Very, very excited to start this off. So we are playing a D&D campaign. Can someone explain to the listeners what D&D exactly is? Who wants to start it off?
I just see Zoe shaking their head, just like, I don't want to explain it.
I'm too new.
I mean, the best way I could explain it, it's not technically, but like it's a fun excuse to just flirt with your friends and be a silly little creature. But also the actual game is just, it's an RPG, you're role-playing and you're rolling dice, and those dice determine what happens to you. If you roll good, good things happen. You roll bad, you die. I'm kidding. You don't die. I mean, not really. Sometimes. I haven't died yet, but I don't know.
Don't jinx it.
I'm not gonna. Fuck. I fucked up already. My character dies this episode. But I'm not good at explaining things. Could someone take over?
I mean, you explained the main part really well, I think. You know, it's an RPG. You role play with your friends in different scenarios. You roll dice to see what the outcome is, and overall you have fun.
Yes, exactly. Good job. So we are playing the D&D 2024 system. A lot of people use 5e. We have chosen 2024 to have a bit more character detail, and in my opinion, 2024 just has that extra bit of flavor, definitely for people who are new in the game. And their options are really cool, and we'll get into that later, because one of those new options might be one of our characters. So that is a really interesting thing. Next to that, we also in our show have people who have played D&D before multiple times for multiple years. We also have people in our group that maybe have started a game and never finished it, or just never touched D&D. So we are going to try our best to explain, as we play the game and the show along the way, we're going to try our best to explain every single thing that we're doing as well as we can. So yeah, without further ado, shall we get into the story of this campaign? You guys got your notebooks ready?
Hold on,
Yes.
give me a second. Okay. I'm ready.
I'm expecting my hand to hurt after this.
Oh my god, yeah. Carpal tunnel. I'm only expecting carpal tunnel.
All right. So, our story starts in the year 19-something, in a Europe that is in some ways very similar to the one you're used to. In other ways, not so much. These lands are steeped in magic, and where 35 years ago was still the Netherlands, today our gaze wanders over a vast swamp. The cause of the flood is to this day subject of heated debates among scholars, but one fact remains. The flood is not over yet, and it's slowly but surely making its way through Belgium. While magic has been a steady thing in this world, parts of it are still relatively unknown and undergoing experimental use, including necromancy. Unfortunately, the research of necromancy was based in the Netherlands, and thus the part of necromancy where you can revive someone has been lost with the flooded country. So in this world, that magic no longer exists. Which means that spells like Revivify, True Resurrection, and Raise Dead, things like that, we are not using in our show. Nor in our game, obviously. Now, as we zoom in a bit more, we start in the heart of the UK, London. The date is the 21st of October. It's close to 3 p.m. with the sun set high in the sky. And we see a diverse population gathering themselves around the gates of Darlington Palace, the administrative headquarters of Queen Isabel Darlington and King Aleksander XVI, and the current headquarters for the House of Six, the 6 European leaders who take the drastic measures for the continent. When we pass along the people in the crowd, we can hear them talk about the recent disappearances that have been displayed in the papers and on the radios, exclaiming their country will be much safer now that an official team of protectors will be assigned to Prime Minister Tobias Isworth and the House of Six. Some do not understand why the House of Six are so adamant on focusing on just a couple of disappearances, while others are a bit nervous about the connections between important architects and prisoners going missing around the same time. Journalists push themselves in front of the gates to get the perfect photographs and questions in for the assembling candidates at the front of the gates. And the guards are keeping them far enough away as the assistant to the chief of staff checks upon the candidates in the queue. A newspaper with the headline, "Protectors of the Continent, Who Will Be the Chosen Ones?" drops to the ground as we continue our focus to an Eladrin standing in the crowd of speculating people with the Protector's hiring notice firmly in her hands. Alyssa, would you like to explain to us what your character looks like?
Okay, so in the crowd, you see a rather short spring Eladrin who with like a strawberry blondish hair, very curly, tied up in a bun with some hair loose in the front. She has pink flowers in her hair, and she has a very funky pair of sunglasses that are the like stem and the nose bridge are all like kind of swirly metals, which looks very fun, and they're tinted like pink and purple. She wears a periwinkle dress that is longer in the back, shorter in the front, with a more of like a reddish leather corset and some leather pauldrons and knee-high leather boots. She has a small hand crossbow on her belt, and she is holding a great axe bigger than her in her hands. That it is very much bigger than her. And she is kind of one hand giant great axe with a little like on the bottom of it, there's like a little keychain basically on it, and the other hand clutching the newspaper.
So, between the crowd of people, you can see where the queue of candidates is starting to form. And you can see you think you see like a magic detector, like a body scan, where people are going through, and you can see that they, along the gates, are standing. Give me a religion check.
Alrighty.
First dice roll of the game.
Ooh. I can't fuck this up.
So Alyssa's gonna roll a d20 and then add her religion modifier to the score that she got on her 20-sided dice.
So I got a 10. My religion bonus is a 0, so I got a 10.
With a 10, you can see that there are paladins etched on the side of the gates, trying to keep people back, definitely making sure that the journalists are not in the way of pushing against candidates walking into the queue, also just to hold everyone back, making sure that the candidates are getting their weapons taken from them before they go into the courtyard of Darlington Palace. You are unable to determine which god these paladins follow. However, you do recognize them as paladins. They are... Most of them seem to be brass dragonborns. And some of them are more elvish, but you can see that they have scales on the side of the neck or on the front of their hands. And now the question is Yitri going to join that queue?
She is. She's going to join the queue, and she's also going to kind of look a little sad, realizing she can't bring her weapons in.
Yeah, so yeah, once you're gonna go through the line, you can hear people actually shouting like, "Oh, this is gonna be so interesting! Who's are gonna be the chosen ones? Oh, have you seen the newspaper? There are so many people going missing these days. Do you think they'll be assigned to it?" And you can hear them like there's way too many people to tell where these questions are actually coming from, and as you walk into that queue, you at some point get to that magic body scan. And one of the guards next to it says, "You're here for the candidate for the protectors of the House of Six?"
Yes, I am.
All right. Can I have the advertisement, the hiring notice?
Yes, here you are. She hands it over.
Thank you. They look through it for a moment. They're like, "That is indeed correct. We will have to take your weapons from you. There are no weapons allowed beyond the gates."
Fair enough. She unclips her little hand crossbow from her belt. She puts it down, and then she kind of looks. You can see the great axe. She can't get away with not having that, so she kind of is like,
Yeah.
She just hands it over. You can see it. Like, she looks a little upset that she has to hand it over. She doesn't want to lose it.
So they grab the crossbow and the not the hand axe. It's the great axe. And they give it to a different guard who walks through the gates to the side. Like, you can see that the people who are gathering themselves, for now it's like quite short. Seems to be maybe 4 people have already entered. And the same guard that spoke to you says, "Right, please walk through our body scanner. We just need to see if you have any other magic items on you, just to be sure."
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Do
you walk through the scanner?
I do walk through the scanner. Does it go off?
Does it go off? Do you have any magic items on you?
I do, actually, but they're not scared. It's not for anything crazy. So can I keep it because it's like just like a silly little.
Once like there's a flashing light on top of it that goes off, and another guard comes in front of you and is like, "All right, please give me the magic items that you have. You will get them back once we got them checked out."
Fine. She takes off her funky sunglasses and kind of looks at them and is just like, "Please don't lose this. Or any of my stuff, really."
We will try our best not to lose this, but I can promise you we're gonna be very careful with them.
Okay, good.
So they put them, there's a table on the side of it, they put it on there. You see that there seem to be some magic users checking if the magic is all okay. And the same guard tells you again, "Please, can you walk through the magic scan again? We just need to double check if this was everything."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She walks through again.
Cool. And now it should be fine?
Yeah, now it should be fine.
Interesting. Nice. So, once after that, they, same guard grabs the glasses and is again like, "This seems harmless. Here you go."
Thank you. She puts it back on and she doesn't feel bald anymore because she felt bald for a second. She's like, "Oh God, I don't have my funky sunglasses. I'm bald."
Oh no, bald Yitri. What will she do?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, once she gives it back, she is like, "Thank you so much. You can join the other candidates. You can join them in the room. Mr. Ortiz will be with you in a moment."
All right, thank you so much.
Right. We pan just a couple of people behind Yitri, where there is a dwarf standing ready just behind this very, very tall, muscular, like giant human man who... Can I have a dex save?
A dex save? Ooh. You're gonna need to remind
Actually,
me
just
how
a
to do that
dexterity
again.
check, but a dex save should be also fine.
How does one do that again?
You roll your d20,
Yeah.
and you add your dex modifier, and if you have proficiency on your little skill list, if it has like a dot in front of it that's colored in, you have your proficiency added, so you add your modifier to it.
Okay. Got it.
Is it bad?
Oh, I rolled a 4. I rolled a
Lovely.
4. Oh
With
my God.
modifiers? Or you rolled?
No, this is without. Luckily,
great.
I've got a plus 6 for my dexterity saving throws.
Nice. Very
I
nice.
rolled a
That is in
4.
total a 10.
It's okay. You got a 10. At the end of the day, it's not always about what you roll, it's about what you add to it.
That's what you had to it.
It's your modifiers that really matter.
Yeah, exactly.
That is. Yeah. Let's just roll with that.
So this guy in front of you is like kind of slightly jumping on his feet, like rolling his shoulders, moving with his arms, and the end of his long sword just hits you in the side of the waist. It's just like, oh, sorry, excuse me. Sorry, mate, you okay?
Yeah.
And
I'm
he
fine,
looks
I'm
behind
fine.
and is like this very old, strong bearded guy. Brown, like very thick brown hair with a thick brown beard. You okay? You sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I must say, you've got a lovely beard. Seems well groomed, dude. Dude, hold up.
Oh, well,
Seems very well
thank
groomed.
you. Ah, thank you. And he rubs, like, his chin where, like, his beard is, and, like, yeah, I'm keeping it I'm keeping it fresh, man. And he pats you on the shoulder. It's like, so, why are you here?
Honestly, I really just wanted to go to the UK, and I saw these posters around, and I thought, you know what, that's a good excuse. And so I went, and you know, it hasn't disappointed so far.
Well, exactly. Like, wait, hold on a second. Where are you from? Like, I know a lot of people here came from, like, I don't know, I heard someone came from Greece. Like, you see those two people, like in the front. And he points to two smaller owlins who are already through the gates into the courtyard. Like, you see them?
Yeah. I wonder where they're
They're from Greece. They're from Greece.
Greece. Ah.
Yeah, man. Oh, this is going to be very interesting. He starts rolling his shoulders again, like he's all up on his feet. Can you also give me a religion check?
Religion check. All right. No.
Uh-oh.
Guys, I think my dice might be a little cursed.
Oh no.
It's a nat 1.
Oh
The third roll
Okay,
of the protectors.
that's fine.
Is a nat 1.
That's all right. That's all good.
no. It's okay. Just don't know a lot about
okay.
religion.
It's
That's
so
fine.
okay.
This is ridiculous.
I will just say you gather absolutely nothing out of it. Someone apparently this dwarf is not really interested in it. Next to that, which I've completely forgot to say, can you please explain to us what your character looks like?
My character, Pierre, he is quite small. How tall would you say this giant man is?
We're looking at like maybe 2 meters, maybe a bit shorter.
Meters.
Like he's huge, he's buff, very muscular.
I don't have my height in meters, but he is probably less than half his height, probably 4 or 5 feet. So that's tiny. That's tiny. And he's wearing kind of like traveler's clothes, a bit longer trench coat over his torso, sleeves rolled up. He's wearing leather gloves, and on each arm he has like these tattoos, both of masonry tools. One that reads punch, and the other reads pitch. He has also got a belt around his torso, just going across, and on which are said punch and pitch and some other masonry tools. Along with that, he has long hair. He's currently got that tied up with a long beard, which is well groomed and very nicely braided. Both peppery gray hair and beard. Yeah.
Nice. So, yeah, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm very excited for. I'm definitely gonna get it. I've worked so hard for this. Like, come on, man. You have no idea how much they trained me at the church. And he starts rambling on, like, about his training. And at some point, there was a guard, and they tap him on the shoulder, and it's like, no, you're excited, mate. You're gonna have to give us your weapons. You're gonna have to go through the scanner. Basically the same thing as what happened with Yitri. And he, just before that, he quickly extends his hand, and he's like, all right, hi, I'm Mads.
Pierre grabs his hand and shakes it with a firm grasp. Pierre, nice to meet you.
If he only had time to see how strong your grasp would be in his own, he would have stayed. However, he is immediately, like, fully, like, rushed through the gates. He hands his weapon away. Before same thing happens to you. They are like, sorry, can you give us your weapons if you have any?
Yes. Pierre grabs his spear from his back and gives it to the man, and gives his backpack, in which is some other weapons.
Nice. So they let you through the magic scanner. I assume you've given everything already for the magic, or have you not?
No. You see, I have this armor of gleaming on, which is applied to my clothes.
So the same. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to be saying female dragonborn for the sake of this is a femme dragonborn. I do not necessarily know if you call femme dragonborns female dragonborn. It's female dragonborn who Yitri was speaking to earlier. Walks up to you and is like, so you have any magic items on you? We're going to have to scan it just to be sure. Like,
all right,
we need to know what exact type of magic it is.
Yeah. I only got my clothes. They're they wash themselves automatically. You can check those out. Though I'm not really gonna take them off.
Yeah, no, don't, no, we're not. I mean, have you seen the group of people? We would never do that to you. And she points to one of the magic users at the back. Seems to be this human who walks around you. I'm not going to go into fully in-depth in what the magic is that they're doing. They check what magic your clothes is. Fully check it. And are like, all right, you seem good to go. Please stand in line with the others. Currently, there are about 7-8 people now. And as they, as you get in line with them, can you give me a perception check?
Perception check. All right. Let's hope it's not going to be garbage this time. Okay, I didn't jinx it. Let's go. 19 and then plus the perception modifier, if I can find it, +1, so that's an unnatural 20.
Nice. Very good. Very good. So, the main things that you can see without the roll yet is in front of Darlington Palace. It is this, what people can assume is that this is our version of Buckingham Palace. There is quartz stone on the walls and the balconies are inlaid with gold. And in front of the archway that would lead further into the courtyard, you can see this well-dressed, stood up straight, older man that you will know as Tobias Isworth, the president of the UK. He is dressed in a very long coat, black pants, dress shirt, blue tie, and a very a dapper hat. And he has a very thick grey beard along his jaw. And he seems to be talking to this shorter, elvish woman. Her hair is shaved on the sides and slicked back, but it's very short, and she is dressed kind of similar to him, more in a tighter black clothing with another black long coat on it, and she seems to be having a corset on. Next to her is a Doberman dog, very much stood in place, and he seems to be talking to her, and he does not seem all too pleased yet. And at some point, he nods to the back and walks off back further into the courtyard. Now, as you guys are at the front of the yard, and you guys are lining up, from the place where Tobias just left comes a very similar looking elf, except for the short hair. His hair seems to be tied up in a tight ponytail and flows all the way down to the back. And he has this bow around his shoulder. And he stands with the woman for a moment, talks a bit before handing her his weapon. She seems displeased with him. The moment he hands her his weapon, she's like, ugh, really? And this guy walks to you. You will know the woman is Xana Ortiz, who is the chief of staff of Tobias. Give me a history check. I'm gonna throw you a lot of rolls here.
Oh, okay.
Actually, both Yitri and Pierre, give me a history check.
I'm 8.
Wonderful. 12. So, at least Pierre can determine these two are definitely twins. However, you guys have not seen him do a lot of stuff around the country, nor around the globe. You don't know much about him. Pierre will know, from knowing who Xana is, that his name is Miguel. Miguel Ortiz. And he stands in front of the line. You guys are with about 10 to 12 people. And he stands and is like, "Good afternoon, everyone. Is everyone doing okay? We having a good time with our public over there?" starts looking around, and you can see a couple of people nodding. You can see that the Owlin twins are at some point just like, yeah. It's all fun. Like, we talked to some people. And he gives them a look. Like, just a very, very deep look, and they shut up immediately. And he says, wonderful. I'm glad. So, let's start with you two then. Walks to the two Owlins who you can see there. It's like, state your name. They say, Cosmo, I need to get my notes ready. Ooh. So many notes. They at some point say, Cosmo, and this is Cassia. Hello. And they wave. And he asks them where they're from. They're from Greece. I'm not gonna play 500 NPCs at the same time. I'm just going to state you what is being heard. As for what their profession is, they say that they are wizards. They are teachers at a wizardry school in Greece, in Athens. And start talking more. Can I have a perception check from everyone?
I'm gonna try to use a different die this time because I don't want to roll another.
Yes, you too, Zoe.
Ooh.
I was like, I'm not even there.
Perception.
Who says you're not there?
Oh, I got an 18. I see everything.
Amazing.
I got a dirty 20.
I got an 8.
Oh, lovely. So,
Yes, too small.
Wait. How many do you have, Zoe?
Dirty 20.
yeah.
First roll is a dirty
Rolling
20.
like ass. I'm rolling like
Zoe
ass.
has this in the pocket. So, Pierre, like in this line that you have, the Owlins are on one side, Pierre's on the other side. Pierre's like, he can hear Miguel, can't hear everyone else. Yitri and question mark at this point can hear that they are being asked not just what this job would mean for them, but what their biggest fear is. And one of them, the one that is pointed at Cassia, is looking at him like he knows something about them. And at some point is looking at Cosmo, and it's just like, should we really? Do we really? And Cosmo is just like, I don't know. And Miguel seems to just be staring at them, and at some point he cocks his head and is just like, if you do not want to tell me, you can leave. You know that, right? And they stay quiet for a moment before Cassia takes a couple of steps back and walks off back to the crowd. And Cosmo is just like, no, sorry, I'm so sorry to waste your time. And they leave the premises.
Oh my god.
What?
Then Miguel is just like, all right, 2 down, 8 to go.
Oh my god.
What the hell? This man.
All right. And he looks upon Yitri, a couple of people next to where the Owlins were. It's like, hello.
Hi.
State your name.
My name is Yitri Meadowtwirls.
Where are you from?
From Spain.
And what is your profession?
Glassblower.
Glassblower.
Yeah, I know it sounds unconventional for a job like this, but believe me, I know what I'm doing.
So, what would this job mean for you?
What this job would mean for me. So, Well, this job would mean for me that I can prove that I'm more than just the daughter of a glassblower who's like honestly not even really that good at glass blowing. And it means I can not only prove myself and that I'm more than just kind of a average glassblower, but also I can protect people that can't protect themselves. Because I know I can protect myself, but not everyone can. So I want to be able to help people.
You are very interesting.
Thank you.
What, do you have any weapons that you have obviously given to the guards, but like...
Yes, of course. I mainly use my great axe, but I also have a hand crossbow in case I need to do anything long range.
Wonderful. So why would you be necessary for a team of not just protectors, but also detectives?
Coming from a family of glassblowers, and especially I more specialize in like some more of the finer details. I tend to look within and see the little bits and pieces of things that some people don't see. And also, I like to think that I'm a good asset to a team. I am, despite how I look, I'm quite strong. And as a detective, I am, this is going to sound weird, but people like telling me things. They seem to trust me. So the amount of things that people have just like told me, just unprompted, I know way too much about people I don't know. So I feel like people are comfortable telling me some of their like deepest, darkest secrets. Honestly, I wish I didn't know, but like some people just, so like I feel like, and also since I'm a pretty unconventional choice, you might...
lifts his finger to stop you. It's just like... All right. He folds his hands behind his back, and he takes a step backwards. And he's like, "Step forward, please."
She steps forward.
Now, if we look, let's say, the other side of the line, and he points to the tall, 2-meter muscular dude.
Oh, God.
And he leans a bit down to get more to you, and it's just like, "So, you say you're strong, perceptive, and you have a good set of weapons with you.
Mm-hmm.
Why would we choose you instead of him?"
Very good question. I don't know him, so I can't really say that, like, I'm the better choice, because he's a very large man. Good job. But I can see you worked hard. I can see you worked very hard on your physique, and I appreciate that.
He actually, like chuckles a little bit, just quietly enough that she can hear it.
Okay.
You are correct.
But, I guess I have something to prove and nothing to lose. So I am willing to work hard and prove that I am the better option. No offense, you seem like a lovely individual. But honestly, who knows? We can both work. But you know what I mean. I have something to prove and nothing to lose. So yeah.
He has this like very slight grin on his face, and he's just like at some point like, "You are useful," as what some people would refer to.
I would like to think I am, yeah. I'm also a decent
All right.
personality hire. I know you're not looking for that, but I've been told I'm a good personality hire.
He leans in a bit closer and just whispers, "Trust me, I am." And then leans back, stands up straight, and just does a little point with his thumb backwards, being like, "Go introduce yourself to Xana.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You're in."
Oh, is that easy? Yeah, okay, got it. And she walks towards just...
And he stands up straight, and as you get to the woman behind him, she has that same, like, kind of deep look in her face. However, she seems much stricter than what seems to be her twin brother.
Oh god.
And it's just like, looks to the side, sees the line of guards with all the weapons, and cocks her head towards you and is just like, bring the lady her weapons. The guard comes over and hands you your crossbow and your great axe. And she extends her hand. Like, Xana Ortiz, nice to meet you.
Yitri Meadowtwirls, it's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure indeed. Please stand beside me while we wait for the others.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. And we focus back on Miguel. And Miguel looks to everyone else and is at some point just like, see, just being a normal person answering normally to my answers is good enough to get you into this group. Now, casts his eye to the side to a half-elf in the line. Would this said half-elf explain what they look like?
Of course. So, that half-elf, he is kind of tall and lanky. And he is like a deep brown, fluffy hair. Like short, but not too short. There's a little braid in his hair as well. And he's wearing like kind of flashy clothing. With knee-high boots and a corset, and the sleeves of his shirt are like see-through. And he's wearing a cloak that is more of a deeper dark blue, and it ends with like tinted glass fragments sewn into it, so it's very sparkly. And he has two like twin daggers. One is more designed after the sun with a bit of gold elements. One is designed after the moon with a bit of silver elements. And he has a short bow and is carrying a lute.
Short bow will be with the guards. But yes.
Shouldn't the daggers be as well?
Yes.
And the lute?
The lute you
Is the
will
lute-
have been able to have on you.
Woo!
Give me an insight check. So roll your d20 and add your insight modifier.
14.
14. You are not too sure, but you do have the feeling that this guy recognizes you. And he looks at you like the deep and very proud, strong, confident look that he has kind of just falters for a moment. And then he fixes himself up and just says, you. Step forward, please.
I step forward.
Gonna have to retcon. With so many characters, my voice for him is slipping. I am sorry, he will get better at some point.
He'll get better.
So, and instead of fully, like, only taking a step forward, he's like, in front of me, in front of the queue. Come here.
I come over, step in front of him.
Cool. He kind of scans your entire face with his eyes and mumbles under his breath, when I ask you to state your name, give me a different one. Understood?
Yeah.
Good. State your name.
Linus King.
Where are you from?
From England.
What is your profession?
I look down at my instrument and I'm like, I'm a bard.
a bard.
A bard.
He sighs, stands up straight, mumbles once again. Do exactly as I say. Do not resist. Do what happens. And he states, Aleksander Aintsworth, you are under arrest. 2 guards come up from the side, walk towards you. And they start to grab at your arms. Do you resist?
Kinda, but it's more of like a show struggle. If you know what I mean.
Give me a
It's
performance
like
check.
Of course. If I fail this, I'm reclassing.
It's interesting how Alex is immediately like, okay, trust him. I don't know why. We trust him.
Trust the pretty man.
Trust the pretty man.
Literally. Okay, wait, I gotta do math. We're good. It's a 23.
Cool. So, you struggle. For these journalists in the back, you struggle like it's like your life depends on it. And they, instead of dragging you out of the crowd, they drag you inside. They drag you through the courtyard. And as you pass Miguel, he just gives you a very quiet, quick nod, and it's just like, it's okay. And before he stands straight again, and he looks upon another elf in the crowd. And he goes through the same process again. Before at some point he gets another one to step forward, who has this kind of Grim Reaper mask all over their face. This is a tabaxi, a orange tabaxi, which for people who don't know what a tabaxi is, basically a cat-like humanoid. So it's an orange cat, with this large black Grim Reaper mask. And Miguel just, once again, state your name. They say nothing. State your home country. They say nothing. Profession. They say nothing. And Miguel just says, all right. Good to know. And can everyone give me, except for Alex, actually, except for Yitri, can Pierre give me a perception check?
Only Pierre.
Oh, just me.
Go,
okay.
Pierre.
Is the side with the dot a 6, or like if it's on the bottom?
If the dot is under it, then
Yeah.
That's where the dot should be under it.
Dot's under it. That's a 6.
Okay,
And
that's a 6.
what was the check again? Perception, right?
Perception.
Yeah, that's a 7. Oh,
Okay.
yes.
For
Yes.
no reason, the Miguel says, right, join Xana at the back. Thank you. And the tabaxi nods once, heads over, and joins with Xana and Yitri. Says absolutely nothing, only does a small bow. The mask stays on their head. And then Miguel's gaze turns upon Pierre. Question goes again. State your name.
Pierre Ardoise, sir. Pleasure to meet you.
Home country.
France.
Profession.
Stonemason by origin.
He I was going to say he audibly rolls his eyes, but that's weird. You can see him...
You just hear the
like-
slick...
a dramatic roll of his eyes, and he once again motions you to take a step forward.
Not phased by this, Pierre does take a step forward.
Now, be honest with me. Why would we even bother?
Well, sir, I think I can add some power to the team, and honestly, some heart and wisdom. I've seen a lot of things, and I think I'd be a good addition.
How old are you, sir?
83. Not that old for a dwarf, but for regular humans, it's quite a bit.
Interesting. So, let's see if you don't cower away. What is your biggest fear?
Pierre looks away for a split second. He does seem to be a little phased by this one. Not being able to protect the ones I love.
Now, before we assign you to Tobias, why are you protecting here instead of seeking revenge on whatever you want with the bounty hunters here in the UK? The Wanted Dead? Sure you've heard of them.
I've heard of them, sir. Honestly, I don't quite know
Look at
yet.
me when you speak.
He looks up again at him, looks him dead in the eyes. I am not sure yet. But all I know is that I don't. Right now.
Join the others at the back with my sister. We'll have a conversation about that later.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Pierre takes a deep sigh and straightens up and walks to the rest.
So, as you walk to the rest, there is Yitri's there, Xana's there, and this orange tabaxi is there. And yeah, Xana extends her hands like, Xana Ortiz, nice to meet you.
Pierre, pleasure to meet you.
Interesting answers you had there.
Yeah, there's been some history with the bounty hunters.
I do not need to know. And she points to the side to have you stand there. And while Miguel does this entire spiel with everyone in the line, you can see that Mats is still there, which is the strong, muscular human, and there seems to still be a halfling stood there. The elf that he was speaking with earlier has been sent away. And he looks at both of them and has a big sigh. Looks behind him at you guys. Now at this point also the guards bring Pierre his spear. And as he looks past you guys, there is Aleks still being dragged into through the courtyard, and is being dropped at some point, like in front of the door of the actual palace. And they still hold your arms, and one of them mumbles, why did you even come here to sign up for this if you knew you'd be arrested for something?
Well, I do live for the drama.
Oh my god, typical bards. And they push open this large ornate door. Before you get into the main hall of Darlington Palace. And you can see that it's like this grand marble and gold hall, and gold is inlaid in the walls and the balustrades along the stairs. You can see that there's this large painting of what you know as Queen Isabel Darlington. And can you give me a history check with advantage because you're from the UK? So basically roll a d20, 2 d20s, and take the highest one.
That is with history, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's another dirty 20.
You're rolling well.
Give
Okay,
us your
Zoe.
luck. You have to share. You have to share. You can't have the luck if you can't share with the class.
Well, at least you're not arrested.
I think Zoe needs the luck.
Actually, like
That was
rolling really well, but also under arrest. So, like, I mean, I don't know.
Oh my god. Yeah, so you can see that next to once you go up the stairs, once you would go up the stairs, further in the hall you can see the big painting of the House of Six, the six political leaders from from Europe. And you can recognize all of them. I will not state their names just yet, but you know that they are from House of Six. There you go. So you can recognize them as one from Belgium, France, Germany, Italy, Greece, and obviously the UK, which is Tobias. You know that this hall is also used for when the House of Six gathers together for something very important, which you know is currently, like, there have been so many disappearances going on. The House of Six is gonna gather here soon enough, and you guys will not only be serving Tobias but also the House of Six. However, have you been chosen? Apparently so, because you've been arrested inside instead of kicked out. And they let you go. And outside Miguel has sent both of these two away. Like, the big, strong, muscular human is gone, and the halfling is also being pushed away. Outside, you can hear, I trained for this. I don't really understand. Why am I being pushed away? I trained for this. I work with these people. And Mads is just at some point also grabbed by the guards and pushed out away from the gates.
No. I liked him. I thought he was silly.
People are attached to Mads. Good to know.
I mean, no, where we hate him.
Actually,
There's no
I want
attachment
him
there.
Dead. I'm not attached to anyone. I just think it's funny that the first thing with Pierre is it gets stabbed by this massive man. I just think that was real. Especially with how, like, casual, like, my introduction was. And then it just, like, oh yeah, you get, like, accidentally stabbed by this really large man. And then the other person gets arrested. I'm like, whoa. Whoa, guys. I'm having it too good too early. I'm scared.
I just went from great to worse.
This is gonna be a fun ride, guys.
No, I'm doing great.
Poor Aleks.
Poor Aleks.
What you mean, poor Aleks? I'm doing great.
Are you though? Are you doing great? Good
If you
sir.
see me getting dragged by Miguel, do not ask any questions. I'm exactly where I want to be.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
So, once everyone's gone, Miguel kind of, like, how do you call that? Like, doing this. How do you call that?
Like wiping his, like, hands off.
No, like straightening his coat. He's straightening his coat.
Got it.
Yeah. He's straightening his coat and turns around, big smile on his face, walks to where Yitri, Pierre, and this tabaxi are. And he gives a big toothy grin to Xana, who looks so displeased. This woman looks so displeased. She was very polite to you guys. She does not look polite to Miguel. And Miguel's just like, so, this seems to be a good asset. Maybe. Who knows? We'll find out soon enough. Come on. Give a bit of a smile, he says to Xana. Xana literally turns around, walks toward where they brought Aleks to the actual palace. Miguel's strong and kind of like overly confident, very, how do you call that, kind of strict look has dropped. And you can see that the crowd behind the gate is still trying to talk to the candidates that were basically pushed out. They are trying to get photos and everything of the human that is now making a whole fuss about not being chosen behind the gate. And Miguel just stands with you guys like, all right. So, I really hope you guys have actually skills in you, because, I mean, this apparently was not the way to see that. Thank you, Xana. And he gives an actual side glance to where his sister came from. Please drop the formalities to me. I do not want to be, I do not even want to be here.
Oh,
it's all good.
Okay.
So, let me introduce myself. And he actually extends his hand towards everyone, except for the tabaxi, and shakes a hand with Miguel, nice to meet you. The orange tabaxi gives him a nod. Miguel gives him a nod as well. They do not speak with each other. And he mentions to you guys, just follow Xana along. She will get there. Do not mention anything of what just happened with the arrest. We will get to that later. They will be joining you in the team. We just need to make sure that he understands what he's doing, because currently I do not think he knows what's going on.
Do you think we all know what's going on? I mean, not to feel like that, but you kind of just didn't show any skills. You kind of took I have the skills, but you kind of just took my word for it, which I appreciate, because not a lot of people do that. But and also this guy didn't talk, no offense, but I mean, maybe there's a vibe going. I get that. Sometimes there's
yes.
No words exchanged, and you get the vibe. But but then you arrested that guy. But he's a part of the team. I'm just confused, and I'm sorry if I'm being forward. I just want to know what I'm getting myself into, because I know, but with what's going on right now, I'm not sure. I'm not sure right now.
So, what is your main question? Do you want to know who he is?
Yeah, I want to know who both the guy we arrested are, and this person right here. Yeah, she looks up at the tabaxi and is like, yeah, I want to know your deal. You seem cool. Right, dark and mysterious and stuff like that.
So Miguel chuckles a bit and is like, okay. So, what do you know about Aleksander Aintsworth?
Nothing.
Give me.
I don't know who that is.
Give me a history check with disadvantage.
Oh God. I gotta wait. Okay, history was my history bonus. Wait.
Wait, history, I have something. I got
Pierre,
3.
also feel free. You're also there to give a perception check, a history check with disadvantage.
All right.
I got a 3.
Wait, how does disadvantage work again, actually?
Disadvantage is basically you roll your 2 d20s and you take the lowest one. So with advantage,
okay.
you take the highest one. With disadvantage, you take the lowest one.
Fucking
Where have I seen that gay slut before?
Mm-hmm.
a 4.
Lovely.
We don't know
I want to
shit.
retcon
We don't know
this.
shit about this man.
I rolled a 13 first. The second one was a 3.
I will retcon this. You guys are indeed from different places.
Yeah, we don't know shit.
Currently, Zoe has also no idea why her character has been arrested.
Oh my god!
No, I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? I'm enjoying the paintings.
Continue on with you saying you have no idea.
No, I don't know the name. Doesn't ring a bell. Is it something like, did
Good.
he kill somebody or something? Did he kill a lot of people? People usually get arrested for killing a lot of people. I don't know if you can answer that,
We
actually.
are not necessarily sure if he has actually killed someone. However, he has been declared missing for the past 6 months. So I'm very curious as to see why he suddenly decided to show up.
Huh. Okay. So,
And-
do you think that was he one of the people that went missing that like we were trying to find, and then he just kind of
No.
like, okay, different kind of missing. Got it.
It seems to have nothing to do with the people that have gone missing currently. However, if it is, then this would mean a lot of things. Anyway,
Cool.
your other question was.
What's your name?
She like looks at the tabaxi like,
What's your name? What's your deal? You seem cool.
The tabaxi looks at you. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
oh my god.
Saving throw.
Constitution
Oh my god.
saving throw. Okay, I have good constitution. Okay. At a 17.
17. You do not see any eyes deflected through the mask. It is like completely covered. This Grim Reaper mask is completely covered into the face and you do not see the eyes. However, you can feel that something is trying to fully like read everything that is currently in your brain.
There's not a lot in there. Just so you know, there's not a lot in there.
There is not a lot in there.
Not a lot in there.
And they give you a nod. Stay silent. The rest of that. Give me a perception check, Yitri.
I was gonna say, did I get a name out of that? Like, I got a 5.
Wonderful.
Nice.
We are rolling
Hey,
so high.
Hey, I got a 17. We're doing great, guys. We're doing great.
I'm so proud of you guys. This is just the best. This is just absolutely the best.
The high rolls are with the arrested guy.
Yeah.
And Miguel looks at both Pierre and Yitri and is just like, ignore them. Just follow Zana. I will have a word with them.
Okay. Cool.
And she just kind of whispers to Pierre, like,
I'm gonna figure out their name. I don't know how, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna figure it
You and me
out.
both, buddy. You and me
Yeah,
both.
we got, cause like, we're working together. I don't want to like be like, hey, you over there. Like that's rude.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like, they gotta.
Are you guys whispering this in front of Miguel, by the way, or are you guys walking?
I think we're walking and like,
We're walking
Okay.
along, right?
Good.
Yeah, we're
walking and talking.
along.
Yeah.
Imagine just in front of Pierre. Just, not in front of
That
Miguel,
would
but
be
just like,
that would be so stupid.
she's dumb. She's not that dumb.
No. Otherwise, I would have not.
You wouldn't have responded.
No.
Cause like, yeah, I mean like also like, I don't know, like, of course we're working. I want to get to like know you all and stuff like that. Like a name. I think I'm getting a little too hung up on this. I think because like also I'm just really confused because this was way too easy. You just answered the guy's questions and you just like, okay, cool.
And how much they know about us? That
Yeah.
seems a little odd.
Yeah, especially because like I know I'm not from here, and are you from the UK? Yeah,
Not at
because like
all.
I mean, yeah, no, I don't know how that happened. This is a little sketchy, little sketch, but like it's a job, and you know people were missing. We gotta like tell them out. But
Yeah.
also, when I looked at the cat person, like no eyes behind the mask. It was like really freaky. No eye, but like I felt like eyes piercing into my soul, but like I didn't see them. It was really weird. But like, you know, I don't want to be mean because like we're working with them. Like this is our like partner and stuff like that. Like I don't want to like judge. You can have eyes if you want to. I'm not gonna judge.
You can have eyes if you want. That's awesome.
How nice of you.
You know, eyes are optional.
I guess so. I didn't know they were until today.
Eyes
Like,
need not apply.
I guess so.
So as you guys also like follow
That was a little
Xana,
chuckle.
she takes you guys through the ornate door, and you indeed see Aleks there. The guards are still at his side, however, they are not holding him anymore.
Hmm.
And Xana is just at some point like, just. Oh, this is going to be an absolute mess. Why do I even let him do this? Okay. She stands up straight and walks in front of you guys and just says, "Good. A team. Wonderful. I think. Oh, this is... She looks to all of you and just at some point mentions, you guys are going to go get a room. You guys will be assigned your own butler. And we will, in about an hour, when you've had your wow, words are a thing. You guys will have time to have a bit of a rest, kind of get yourself prepared before we will get you guys downstairs again and talk you through what the actual plan is for this. Understood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we have a bit of an incident in between us, I guess. Aleksander Aintsworth, that's your name?
Theoretically, yes. I prefer Aleks.
Aleks Aintsworth. Interesting. I currently am not aware as to why my brother decided to arrest you. You will have to talk with him about that. While I get these two to their rooms, you will have to stay down here with the guards until Miguel comes back. Understood?
Yes, understood.
3.
Wait, what about the other guy? I'm like very concerned about this other guy.
I will get that later. I genuinely, with all due respect, if you are confused about my brother, I am more confused about him than you are.
Oh, wow. So you're very confused. You're very, very confused. Got it. And he
Good.
can just kind of like just order people to get arrested. Like that's like a thing he can do. He can just like do that.
He can do a lot of things, and being a smart and helpful assistant is not one of them. Anyway. She...
Me too.
What?
I love it. I love how you characterize Anna.
I'm so
It's
gay.
fucking amazing.
Sounds great.
Me too.
Oh, woman.
Now, since I like to get you guys more into the world as well, you guys can choose what species your butler is and what their name is.
Oh, that's a lot of that's a lot of what, I can do so much with this. I can do so much with this. This is kind of dangerous. I don't know.
Mr. Chuffley.
Banger name. Banger.
That's lovely. That is amazing.
Mr. You had that ready. You were waiting for someone to ask your name a butler.
No, I just came up. I just came up with that on the spot.
That's beautiful.
Amazing. Think about it.
I'm gonna name it a Geff, spelled Jeff with a G, but it's pronounced Geff.
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 The butler.
Geff the butler.
You wanna have Geff the butler? All right.
Yes.
And
Species. I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far. This is harder than creating my character.
No, it is. It is.
This is so much like, because I'm like, yeah, I could pull a spring eladrin out of my ass.
You want to just
but,
say
like,
a human?
butler? You know what? Yeah, human butler named Geff.
Human. Great. And yours, Pierre?
Oh, we each get a butler.
Yep. You
Oh,
all
I
get a
thought we
butler.
all got one butler.
No, you
as
get a
group, 'cause
personal
we
butler.
got one room to. Okay. Each get a butler. Jones Chuffley. I like the Chuffley. Jones Chuffley.
How do I okay, sure. Yeah.
Chuffley.
Who is
Just
John
just write
Chuffley?
something. Yeah, Chuffley.
Yeah,
like
sure.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also wanted to be a human, or?
Yeah. Human's fine.
Nice. So we have Jeff or Geff and Jones, the two butlers. So Xana points them over, and they come over, and she just says, "Lead them to their rooms, please. Thank you." And the butlers nod. And they are going to lead you guys up the stairs towards your rooms. Now, as that happens, Miguel walks into the hall to where Aleks is. And Aleks, I need to know, because you are a half-elf, you speak also Elvish, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, as Miguel walks past you, he puts a hand on your shoulder as he passes before he walks to Xana, and they are mumbling something to themselves. And give me a perception check.
13.
13? You are unable to follow the entire conversation that they're having. However, in Elvish, you can hear them say something along the lines of, "Listen, you take my orders. You do not do whatever you want. I don't take orders from my sister. I am your boss. You do what I say." That is kind of along the lines what you can gather from the small conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Before Miguel turns around, it's just like, "Aleksander Aintsworth."
It's Aleks.
Aleks.
Thank you.
No worries. Would you like to follow me, please?
Of course.
He takes you to this kind of side room, a smaller door at the side of the hallway that leads to a more office-located area, like a one-person office. And he puts his hand on one of the chairs and says, "Like you to sit down, please?"
I sit down.
He walks around, sits on the other side, and leans back, puts his feet on the table, and next to him he grabs a kind of this file, and he looks through it, and he takes out this kind of older looking missing persons poster, and he slides it towards you, and you can see on this poster that it is indeed you. It's a picture from when you were in college.
Mm-hmm.
It's this black and white photograph. And he looks at you and says, "Do you want to give me a reason as to why I should not immediately hand you in to the wanted dead and get my bounty back?"
Well, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I saw 3 people walking through the gates in the palace. But, if I remember correctly, you're looking for a team of 4. So, kind of still need to fill a spot. And since we're here talking right now, and I'm not in a cell, I feel like you want me to fill that spot.
Why are you missing, Aleks?
Well, it appears I'm not anymore.
No, it appears you aren't. Jesus, Mr. Fancy Pants over here. Alright. People are looking for you.
I am very aware of that. Why do you think I came here?
Who exactly are the people looking for you? I am not aware of the people who put these posters up.
That's interesting. You knew so much about everything else.
I know a lot, I do not know everything.
And what will you do with the information if I tell you?
Not hand you in to a bunch of quite hungry for money bounty hunters that are currently looking for about 500,000 gold for you.
That is more than I expected. Wow. Yeah, but I guess you have a compelling argument. Well, I'm kind of on the run right now, and well, the people after me, I guess, the person after me is Chester King.
Chester King?
Yeah.
Understood. He grabs a piece of paper and a pen, writes the name down. While you join this group, I will need you to stay in disguise.
I can do that.
Until we find this Chester King, you will need to be very careful of your moves. Do you know where this Chester King is located?
The last time I checked, it was in Chesterfield, but haven't been there in a few months.
Well, prepare yourself, because Chesterfield is located near the exact area where we are going to have you guys headed.
Now that's just lovely.
And that is where we're going to end the first episode of the Protectors group. Ooh, okay. We have the start of our group. A lot of confusion happening in this group, obviously.
Yeah, what the fuck?
We have a little bit of Aleks lore already there. That's going to be really interesting. And yeah. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. And what happens in the next episode and what happens in the Bounty Hunters episode remains to be seen. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Remains to be Seen is an original podcast created by Dyaflame Studios and licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 International License. Today's episode was produced and edited by Jo Mendacium, and it starred Rick den Breejen as Pierre Ardoise, Alyssa Roldan as Yitri Meadowtwirls, Zoe Emily as Aleksander Aintsworth, and Rover Elliott as the Dungeon Master. The intro and outro were composed by We Talk of Dreams, and a transcript was written by Elizabeth Simpson. To get in touch with us and keep up to date with our antics, follow us on Instagram, Bluesky, and TikTok at Dyaflame Studios, or view our website at dyaflame.com. Check our show notes for additional credits, links, and transcripts.